When Disney announced their new, thinner Ahsoka Tano Legacy Lightsaber bundle, it got Ahsoka fans pretty excited. It also got people asking whether Disney had really made enough improvements to get people buying this saber. Welcome back to The Order, where we talk about all things awesome and collectible. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new thinner Ahsoka Tano Legacy Lightsaber bundle from Galaxy's Edge and ShopDisney. We'll take a look at the set on its own, what you get in the box, how the new thinner lightsabers feel and look, and then I'll hopefully help to answer everyone's burning question: are they better than the previous versions, and are they worth my money? Better, of course, is subjective, but I figure we can broadly split the question into a few categories. Are they really thinner? Have they improved the sounds and motion sensitivity? And are the blades better? If you enjoyed this video, it would be amazing if you would leave a like and subscribe.
Help a veteran get a warm meal.
Let's get in. Starting off with the box, Disney have released this Legacy lightsaber in one of their premium cardboard black crate bundles rather than the plastic clamshell. Premium cardboard is of course just fancy cardboard, but there you go. This might ordinarily put some collectors off, but there is method to their madness here. This bundle doesn't just come with the hilts, it also contains the brand new and unique V2 twist blades so that you're ready to use these sabers straight out of the box. We'll take a look at the blades in a bit, but the key thing is that by selling this as a bundle, it makes it the most budget-friendly Ahsoka Legacy lightsaber you can buy at the moment. Unlike Disney's other bundles, this doesn't come with a stand or belt clips. Out of the box, on first glance, these sabers do look nice. The gold accents around the top of the emitter section on the main blade are pretty nice. Even the gold accents around the ignition buttons, pretty nice. The diamonds all look fine. The brushed and slightly shiny aluminium also looks pretty nice. So overall, I think Disney have done okay. But I think everyone would agree, they are wide. If you look down the side, they look really good, really slender, nice and thin, lovely. And then BAM! So much hilt. It's like Disney took the same amount of metal from the previous versions and just stuck it under a pancake iron. Still though, even with this wideness, they look nice. The grip section here is a sort of rubberized feel to it, so it's not plastic. And don't forget, so this isn't Ahsoka's Rebels saber. This is Ahsoka's live action saber, so it is different. Very nice at the bottom. So this is the battery compartment. You get into the batteries by unscrewing these two here, then you pop this off and it gets you into the power core. Speaker vents on the bottom, bit of legalese on the bottom here as well, so it's relatively well hidden. Nice strong belt clip. For me, the biggest improvement here is this button, and weirdly I've seen some people say they don't like it because it's too big. I actually much prefer this, but overall pretty nice. In terms of the Shoto hilt, I think I like it. I think I do. I haven't formed a full opinion on it yet, but I know that some people have described it as comically stumpy. One of my main issues with the original Shoto was that it's pretty much the same length as a standard Galaxy's Edge hilt, whereas it should always have been a bit shorter, and I think they have rectified that with this. The only problem is, because of the width, it's too much. You get away with it a bit on this, because the width and the length complement each other slightly, but when you add the same girth without the length, don't be rude, you have problems. Something that used to bug me was there was a seam right down the centre, and that was because of the material that they were constructed with on the original versions, whereas neither the Shoto nor this one have a seam, and I think that's awesome. Feels alright in the hand. The weight is crazy. When people said it felt light and a bit plasticky, I don't agree. I don't think it does feel plasticky. I think it feels, or it's on the verge of feeling toy-esque because of the weight, because it is incredibly light. I can just about get my hand around there. I mean, the width on these is exactly the same, so again I can do that there, so that's fine. I can get a good grip on these, and that's the main thing. Spinning them is potentially another matter, so I'll have a go at that in a little bit. I mean, I'm rubbish at spinning anyway, but overall I think they do look good. I think once you get past the shock of the width, you almost have to get used to it, really, I think, and then once you're there, it's okay. It is a shame. I think Disney have dropped the ball again. You know, they were so close. So I'll get some scales and I'm going to show you just how much they've changed the weight on this. We'll start off with the main hilt. So that's coming in at just over £1, or, you know, for people like me, around about 500 grams. If I were to take the original version, there we go, so we're at 1 kilogram. That's nuts. Literally half the weight here. There is another version of the Ahsoka lightsaber produced by Disney, and that's this. It's the toy line, which is actually a lot of fun. Too big, too thick. Again, bear in mind, this is for 3+. I've done a full review on this. I'll stick it at the end if you like. I don't think this is that far off the new version. Okay, so that's about 250 grams for the toy version. This is only twice the weight of a fully plastic toy. Nuts. Before we get into the electronics, let's see how these stack up against the original versions then. This was the very first release of the Ahsoka lightsaber from Disney, and as you can see, there's that seam that I was talking about all the way down the centre. Now on this, I can just about get my hand round, so I can still get a good grip, but as you saw there, the weight on this is obscene. In terms of the overall design though, I don't think this was that far off. Like I said, what they needed to do was make it slightly thinner on this section, but actually the dimensions on the sort of face width was pretty good. If you stick this next to the new version, you can see that's where things start to get a little bit silly, and the fatness of the new version really shines through, and some of the kind of almost comedic oversizing looks very apparent. The biggest improvement for me though is I hated this ignition button because it was really weak and it would get stuck. So really flimsy button, didn't feel nice at all. This has a really nice solid feel to it. For that on its own, I actually really love this saber. The Shoto is where the most difference comes in, because you can see they've actually reversed it, and this is where I actually think this is the correct way this is supposed to be. How about we take a look at those electronics? This comes with the new twist blade system. This is the first one of these that I've had, so this should be interesting. So, just to give you an indication of what it's like in the light. Okay, that's fairly bright. Got your $50 toy. Not too bad. Then we've got our old version, and you can already see there's a bit of a bluish hint to the light that's coming out there. Now that's pretty nice. Nice, clean. It's got a brighter white than even this, and the toy version did okay, but just if you compare the old and the new, you can see there's a serious difference and a real improvement on the brightness of the blade. If you're looking for an Ahsoka lightsaber from Disney that has a really nice crisp white blade, this is the version that you're going to want to get. So let's take a look at the two together. I actually think the main blade is a little bit quieter. Again, it could be the batteries, so these things are always best to check in once you've got brand new batteries in, but the Shoto blade, okay, so it's picking stuff up. Disney have kept exactly the same ignition sounds and kind of swoosh sounds or motion sounds, and maybe that's part of the problem here, because they weren't particularly great on the first versions, and this actually feels like a massive missed opportunity again by Disney to completely overhaul those sounds and give it a much better motion sensitivity. They've released other blades since the Ahsoka, the last Ahsoka one was released in May 2022. They've made improvements. There's things they could have done with the electronics, and it feels like what they've actually done is just slapped the old electronics in, put some new blades in place, and flattened the design. Grumbles there aside, in the dark, these look spectacular. So there you have it, guys. The brand new, thinner legacy lightsaber for Ahsoka Tano from Disney. Is it better, and is it worth your money? On the issue of whether it's better or not, it has certain aspects which have definitely been improved. The button, the blades, and the weight, but it's also somehow kind of got a bit worse in other areas. I don't think it's fair to say that it's better or worse. It's a different take on these lightsabers, and for some people, they will like it. For other people, they will prefer their OG hilts. Is it worth it if you've already got an Ahsoka lightsaber from Disney? I would argue probably not. So all in all, Disney have done an okay job here, but have they smashed it? Unfortunately not.